G'day friends, and welcome to day 10 of the Advent Calendar by Uniquely Creative, and also welcome to our Anything Goes Saturday. So I'm doing something a little bit different today, and I'm incorporating the Advent Calendar as well as Anything Goes Saturday. So I will have a link to Robbie's project below in the description, so be sure to check on that. And I'll also have a link to Tracy opening the envelope. Okay, so day 10 is cut apart sheets. I've already done mine, but these are what they look like. So they're great for scrapbooking, great for cards, journals, anything. So this is what we're playing with. And of course we're going to still be playing with the lovely Daydream paper collection and everything else, well mostly everything that's been released each day. Now I haven't been doing a project each day, only because there's some elements that you just can't create by themselves. So what we're going to do first up is just burnish our base card. Then we're going to bring in all our bits and bobs. So I've actually, for our card today, I've actually cut up a piece of the paper to create our card. There is a sheet of cut aparts that you can fussy cut out, and that's exactly what I've done. So I have been distressing the edges of this paper, and I think we'll continue doing that today too. I don't know, there's just something about it that I think it calls for it. So we'll do the same thing. But I don't know whether, you see how we go, I will do it to the cardstock that we're going to lay it on. I might just leave that as is and see how we go. Just do this a little bit more. Okay. Then I thought we might do is grab a dauber. I'm just going to grab I just want to change it over, and I've bought in some crumb cake, and I thought what we might do is just dab ink around the edges, eh? Actually, I don't mind that. Really, really lifts it. Gives it a bit of a ooh. There you go. And I'm not going to distress these edges, but what I think we'll do is just dab a little bit of ink just around the edges. doesn't have to be even. All you're doing is just highlighting those edges. So we'll do this one too at the same time. I've got one piece for the inside and one piece for the outside. It's been a while since I've done something like this, but get me out of my comfort zone. Okay, then I've got another piece of crumb cake, and we're going to do this exactly the same thing. I'm going to do all our edges actually. Then we've got a little cut apart sheet. That's it there. Yeah, let's do that too, eh? Let's distress this edge. We're not going to do it a lot, just a little bit. Okay. And we're going to just distress that edge. You can't really tell whether I've actually distressed that edge. Then we'll add our ink. I think it just calls for it with this piece of paper. Don't know what it is, but yeah. So we'll put that aside. That aside, put everything else aside, and we'll start building our card, eh? So this piece is going to be laid onto our crumb cake. I think I have just about used this whole piece of paper, so I'm happy about that whole piece, not the whole pack, but the piece. Then we're going to do just adhere this to our Very Vanilla base card. Yeah, I'm liking that actually. This piece we're going to stick to our crumb cake panel. Whoops. We might pop this up, eh? This panel. Yeah. The distressing and the coloured edges sets it off. So we need our dimensionals because we're going to because we'll pop this up. We'll add a couple of extra just for a little bit of extra support. And that's it. Put that there, look at that, isn't it pretty, that panel? Just gorgeous. That can go there like that. Then we've got our cut apart And I'm thinking we put this down here. But you know what? I think it needs, let's just dress our edge. A little bit harder with circles, but we'll get there, I think. And we're also going to go around the edge with our ink. We're going to dab some ink around it as well. Otherwise it might sort of look a bit odd. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I haven't even re-inked this dauber. I'm just going around with what I've got left on our sponge, and that's it. And we can put that there then. Okay, so we'll put some dimensionals along the bottom. And along this side. I always sort of test it out to make sure that I'm putting them in the right spot. And then we'll add a little bit of glue, whoops, to the top section. Look at that, just like that. Okay, now we've got a little happy birthday that I have cut out from a strip along our paper. So in the paper, I'm just grabbing, oops. This is the cut apart sheet that, or not the cut apart sheet, but the sheet I've done some of the images from. Now on one side you have this little strip along the bottom, and on one of them it had a lot of happy birthday sentiments, so that's where I've got this from. And I'm thinking we might layer that, or should we do it on crumb cake? Might look better on crumb cake, eh? Where's our ink? Let's go around the edges. Just very fine. Don't overdo it. Just like that. And we'll do the same for our piece of crumb cake. Now I'm just going to leave that there for the moment. We're going to stick this, whoops, glue this sentiment to our piece of crumb cake, and we'll chop it into shape. Oh, that piece is just made for it, eh? Look at that. Just chop that off. And we're going to chop the ends of the crumb cake into the banner shape, but leaving a little border showing. I'll just finish this off and I'll just show you. There you go, look at that. It seems to be a little bit long there, so I'll just trim that back a bit. That's better. Grab our dobber and just dab a little bit of ink around where you've trimmed it back. Okay, and I'm thinking we might just put that right smack bang there. Yeah, so we'll put, oh that's empty, we'll put a little, that might be too big. Because I've put that up, what I'm going to do, chop a little piece of the cardstock, and we're just going to put it on the end here. Because we've layered it here, this will then bring it, add a little bit of height to it, and it should bring it into the same height as our panel. Just gives it a little bit more extra support. I'm going to put two here close together. And then a little bit of glue on our left side. Flick this over and just add just like that. Okay. To finish it off, we'll bring in our matching bling, the pink rhinestones. We'll grab our doobie dacker. And we'll add a couple of rhinestones to it. I think that's all we need. And that is our card for today. So what we'll do now is we'll finish this off, eh? So I'm just going to stick that piece. This was a scrap piece that was left over. So don't throw out your scrap pieces. You can always use them to create a card with your scraps. Use them on your envelope or on the insides of your cards. There you go. Look at that. And I've got a spot there. Okay. Add a little bit of glue. Whoops, don't put your finger in it. Put it onto our sponged cardstock, and then we can add it to the inside of our card. Now I don't have a piece for the envelope, but I'm sure there will be a scrap piece somewhere that I can add later on. And there's the inside. Actually, it's quite pretty, the inside. I don't mind that. But there's our outside, and it's showcasing the cut apart sheets. The butterfly's really pretty. Okay, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to click on the link below in the description to check out to see what Robbie has created. Okay, enjoy your day. See ya. Hooray.